hearty welcome to this topic, remembering or memory. The ability to remember is a feature of intelligence and a key predictor of academic achievement or success in other activities that depend on intellect. Having a good memory involves being able to readily recall and correctly reuse information. Learning, though occupies a significant place in one's life, will be futile if its products cannot be utilized in the future. Whatever is learned must be stored in the mind in order to be utilized whenever required. According to Ribbon, memory means the power that we have to store our experiences and to bring them into the field of our consciousness sometime after the experience have occurred. How do we remember? Models of memory. Several theories and models have been devised by psychologists to explain how we remember or how memory works. Some of these are briefly discussed here. Storage and transfer model. This model has been suggested by Atkinson and Shiffrin in 1968 and 1971. In connection with the working of memory, they have suggested three different memory storage systems: sensory stores, a short-term store and a long-term store. The process of memorization starts with the interaction of one's organs with one's environment. The sensory information is first picked up by the sense organs, then it travels through the nervous system and reaches the brain, which interprets it. The sensory message or information must stay or linger in the nervous system briefly to give the brain time to interpret it. This momentary pause of less than a second or lingering or persistence of the sensory information is referred to as sensory storage. According to Atkinson and Shiffrin in 1971, there seems to be a sensory store for each sense: visual, auditory, smell, taste and touch. However, only the visual and auditory storage systems referred to as iconic storage and echoic storage respectively have so far been studied extensively. Sensory information passing through the sensory stores or registers either disappears within a second or is transferred to the short-term store. This short-term store, according to Atkinson and Shiffrin, may be thought of as a stage of conscious activity. The information transferred from the sensory store to the short-term store may automatically stay for up to 20 seconds. However, it can be retained as long as an individual wants it in the short-term store through rehearsal or repetition. In case the short-term store is able to hold or register the information up to 20 seconds, it may move into the long-term store. The short-term store is thus responsible for the transformation of sensory information to the long-term store as well as its retrieval. It also decided which responses should be made. Actually, for this reason, the short-term store is sometimes called the working memory, as this is the memory employed in much of one's mental work. For transferring information from the short-term store to the long-term store, one can make use